What's going on? You're watching Computer Programming University, and today we're going to do a find and replace. So like you do in Microsoft Word or WordPad, you can do Control F, or Control H actually, like Notepad++ as well. Control H, you define what you're searching for in a box on the top, and then you define what you want to replace it with on the box on the bottom. That's how you do it with a GUI interface with a program like Microsoft Word. But what do you do in Unix or Linux? Well, that's why I'm here. It's Computer Programming University, where learning is fun. Go ahead and click on that like button, and let's get started. So I'm going to share my terminal here with you. All right, it's actually working today. Good job, Google. So here we are. So I have a file in this directory called find replace me. If we display it, we can see what's in there. This is basically the text from my about page for this YouTube channel that you just subscribed to. Welcome aboard. And I want to make a find replace type of scenario. So let's actually go in there and edit this so we can make some problems with it, so we can actually fix it with the find replace. So let's just say, for some reason, and actually I'm going to show you another trick. I'm going to do this using another trick, which is for another video, but you get this bonus deal. So with VIM, you can do colon, and then you can do %s, and then you can do, now remember what I'm doing right now, because it's basically the exact same syntax we're going to be using in a little bit. So let's look at well. Cap lock on there. All right. Let's replace well with well. All right. And then we can do that globally. Let's do interactive as well. All right, let's go ahead and do that. All right, so what is it doing? Let's see. Yes. This is not usually the way this works. Let's see, did I make an error? Let's try this a different way. Let's see. So we'll look for this pattern. Well, replace it with well. Let's do that globally. Let's see what happens. Okay, so it did it. As you can see, we have, this has been replaced, and I'm not sure if there's any more. Let's look for it. WEL. So there's one. And that seems to be the only one. Okay, so let's see. Will. I wanted to do something that's occurring a lot. One click, this is it with, okay, there's quite a few widths in here, so let's do that. So let's do %s and width, replace with width, and let's do that globally. All right, width. Okay, so we made a bunch of changes here. Let's see, width. So there you go. All right, so we got a bunch of things that need to be corrected. All right, so I'm going to show you how you can do this using SED, and this is something you can implement into your scripts. I'll make this a little bit bigger so you guys can see. All right, so it's pretty simple. If we cat the file, our file, pipe it to SED, use the same syntax that we just used, and put our quotes there, put our quotes there, and an S here, and a G here, and we look for width, and replace it with width, and if we run that, you should see that the widths have been replaced with width. Now, it's hard to see because there's a lot of, it's showing you everything because I capped the entire file. So what I can do to show you whether the changes were made or not is we can pipe it to grep again and do a width and see what we get. Let me clear my screen. Pipe it to grep, look for width. Okay, so if you look here, let's actually do, I think it's, that actually doesn't have any end of lines, so probably getting it all as one line. That's why it's showing us everything. So what I can do to solve that is do a grep O, so it just shows us the pattern. I'm going to put one dot to show a single character after it, and there you go. All right. If we want to see, let's see a little bit more. We can do that. So you can see with Perl, with related, with one click. So we've corrected all of them. Now, if I remove the SED statement that we did before, so you can see what we actually did. So now this is just the file itself. Same lines without the change, right? So we kept the file, and I'm showing you all the errors with, right? And now when we add our SED statement, so see that? Nice and easy. Now we're not changing the file. Right now, that's the thing about SED. SED you can actually use to edit files, but when you use it the way that I did, using this syntax, it doesn't change anything. It's only changing what you see on the screen. The file itself is untouched. Now, there is an option that you can use, which will actually allow you to change the file. But if you do not use that option, you're not actually going to change the file unless you, let's say you wanted to actually make these changes, but you wanted to do it in another file. So you have the original as a backup. What I could do is I could simply output it to another file, find replace me 2.txt. And I think I have diff on here. Okay, so I have diff on here. So if we do an ls, we can see what's in here. Let's clear up the screen. It's a little bit messy. So we can do a diff find replace me with find replace me 2. And let's see, what's a good option to use with diff here? Let's see, diff-u clear. I forget, I haven't used diff in a while. There's a better option. I think one of the issues we're having here is that, if I'm not mistaken, let's look at the let's look at the document. Look at this, it does appear to be one line, because if I click on the down arrow, see where it jumps to? So what we might want to do here, and if I use the $sign to go to the end of line, you see where it jumps to? So this is all one line. That's why a lot of times it looks a little bit messy. So what we'd want to do here is scroll this down a little bit. We can actually go in here, and I can say scripting and expression so that's good enough. We can just go down here and DD. Okay. Let's see what we got going here. But of course, there's going to be some big differences now because we just changed the original file. So let's do the SED and output to the file. So there's the SED and output to file. Okay. Okay, that is my time running out. Okay, if we do a diff now, you can see, let me try a different option. Let's do diff-u. I believe it is. Okay. So if we look at this, we can see the changes that we made in the file. Now, I'm going to go more into SED and how to use SED to modify the actual document instead of doing it that way. But for the purpose of this live stream, I just wanted to show you how you can do a find and replace using SED. All right, so on that note, I'm going to get going. And you guys have any questions or comments, go ahead and place them below. Until the next live stream.